Hey guys, XJ9's here, and today's gonna be a video about how to prepare for the Amascut or Amascut boss release coming on August 4th. And I'm gonna try to make this as brief as possible, and it's gonna be some pretty general gear tips, not like so much quest requirements, but just like actual gear. So what I think is gonna be the best thing for both, like this setup specifically, I think it will be the best for getting the supercharged Amascut. That's probably gonna be like 10,000 in rage for like the first kill, or like even for the aura. And even if you aren't interested in that, I think this is a great setup for when the normal mode is unlocked and you do like 0 in rage, 100 in rage, Amascut, 500% in rage Amascut. It's going to be a full set of Masterwork magic robes, and you can see the perks here. Again, like Relentless 4, Biting 4. No, Relentless 5, Crackling 4, Biting 4, Mobile, and then Devoted 4, Impatient 4, and Enhanced Devoted 4. On top of that, I think the best aura to use is going to be the Aegis aura. You can say, I think the Penance aura can also be the best aura to use if you like Spirit Shield swap or use the Spirit Shield a lot. So do keep that in mind. Suck Cape, obviously. Essence Finality with Ivan's staff. I don't think you should worry about Gothic staffing because you have Blackstone arrows, you have Necromancers with Lord of Bones, so I don't think magic like is with a 5% hit chance increase or hit damage increase is going to be a big deal because I think we have so many debuffs in this game, it shouldn't really be an issue. Like Reaver Ring just because of crit chance. There's a chance it might be better to use Challengers, but you know, uh, Summergle's Nexus obviously with both Aurora Awakening and ODHS Heat. You can see the perks here. I'll just do this fast. Grimoire, obviously, because Magic needs it, and a Staff of Armortal. The big tech that I was like planning on using, and it's always been in my head for a while, is using Pulverize, and the Zuck Sword kind of actually makes this strategy even better. Because when you wear the Zuck Sword, the adrenaline cost of Pulverize becomes 60%. It usually costs 100%. Pulverize is probably one of the strongest group abilities in the game because that's a 1 minute cooldown, so you only need 2 people to cycle between pulverizes to have 100% uptime. And what does it do? It reduces the damage that the boss deals by 25% for the duration. That is pretty nuts. So if you have at least 2 people with a Zuck Sword cycling between pulverize, the boss will deal 25% less damage, and this value is a lot more, higher because of the, if Amos gets 10,000 rage, that's a lot of damage being reduced. And Magic, that's why Magic's pretty freaking good to use here, in my opinion, is because you can get so much adrenaline through, Tsunami and then like your crits and such that, yeah, it's you should not have an issue getting your Pulverize, adrenaline for it, only 60%. Back in the day, again, it used to cost 100, but yeah, the Zuck Sword now makes it cost 60%. So yeah, you kind of need the Zuck Sword if you want to do this Pulverized group strategy. I think, again, like, even though, like, I'm not planning on getting, like, the first kill of, like, the 10,000 rage or whatever it's going to be, guys. Because I just don't have people, like, that are, like, on the same level as, like, me, for instance. And also, like, a lot of them all quit. So like, yeah, I also just don't like the game state, so I don't really care. That's why I'm kind of like telling this now because like, you know, I'd rather the game have a more fair state of like, oh, everyone knows about this pulverized strategy, rather than oh, some team got this and no one knew about it. So I really don't care. Again, in normal mode, once normal mode gets unlocked, I'll probably even still use pulverize because again, minus 25% damage with like in an enfeeble is pretty insane. I'm not sure how they stack. I don't think enfeeble plus pulverize is minus 35% damage. I'm not sure if it's multiplicative or addictive, like or whatever you call it, but it is damage reduction. Okay, and same thing with like stacking with Aegis or in a Hellhound. That is pretty crazy. By the way, I'm using a Hellhound, but I'll mention that later again. So I think the Zuck Sword is going to be pretty key in learning Amascut, especially early on. Restore just because if she drains stats, we're have to go Zuck like mechanic instead of and we have powder of penance, so like I kind of doubt you'll need a super restore flask. I really wish that flask did something more. The blessed flask, like why doesn't it restore your stats at least? You know, like this is weird. Power burst of vitality, obviously, because it's mega broken. Again, like if you tap it, look at that, 31,000 HP. On top of that, you take 50% of the damage over 6 seconds. So if I take a 20,000 damage hit, I'll only take a 10k initially, so it gives me time to like, oh, I don't know, cast barricade or get intercepted or something. It's pretty crazy. Here's my what do you call it? Rune pouches. You can see the runes inside them. I'm mousing over them right now. I have 2x water runes and like 2x fire runes, I think, or blood runes. I'm not sure. But yeah, you run out of runes really fast. Yeah, it's fire runes I have 2x of. You just run out of runes really fast, so it's a little bit annoying. And besides that, I have a Corroming Wand. It's not a Roar of Awakening because, I don't know, I'm just kind of lazy to swap it. And this wand's kind of special to me just because, like, I've used this since, like, Zuck and stuff. I remember buying it. I bought this thing for 2 bill, haha. I bought 4 blubberfish. You could bring, like, sailfish soups or, like, primal, like, I don't know what it's called. It's, like, primal, like, it's not, like, primal dessert, but, like, you combine all this primal food to make, like, some kind of primal, like, course or something. And they heal like 8.8k, but like they're like 500k to like a mil each or something. So I'm not doing that. I don't care to. I'm so used to not using adrenaline when I eat food, so I'm just not bothering. Spirit Shield, when if you know Amascut says like you will die, just put on the Spirit Shield, maybe cast a Reflect, and you'll probably be good. You know. Excalibur. To be honest, I don't even use Excalibur a lot, so you could maybe just like replace this with like a brew or something. I'm not lying. I forget to use Excalibur. Excalibur is so outdated. It used to be special back in the day because no adren healing was pretty crazy at the time. But yeah, nowadays it's not really that special at all. Like a blubberfish heals like over half the amount like Excalibur heals. So yeah. Yeah, besides that, but yeah, a bunch of super Ceratin brews. Not too many. You want to just like kind of like slowly tap them, like don't chug them. Like it's kind of just like to top off your HP a little bit, especially with like the early minutes or hours or whatever, where like you don't know what's going on. Best Overload, best Adrenaline Flask. Again, this is the Elder Overload Salve and Adrenaline Renewal Flask. Bone Bombs, obviously, and Dread Dips just because maybe they'll work, maybe they won't. They probably won't work, so you probably won't need Dread Dips. There's some things that we don't know will work, like will Weapon Poison work? Like, I don't know, like that's pretty much it. But yeah, if you have also have the option to bring like a bow. It doesn't really matter what bow, like Bolas Guardian or Noxious Bow or Masterwork Bow, and just use Blackstone arrows like with Great Ricochet. I think like 2 or 3 times. They have the boss have max minus 15% armor, which is pretty crazy. It's only if hit chance is a thing. I'm assuming hit chance will be a thing because it says in groups affinity debuffs are pretty good and important and easy to do. So I'm assuming the boss will be tankier than a Sanctum. Again, I don't want to get my hopes up, so let's not really talk about that. So I do have a Hellhound as well. So this is a lot of damage reduction, a lot of stall damage. You can see my HP, but it actually would be higher if I used the Desert Pantheon or a Hex buff. If I load a Desert Pantheon aura, you'll see, you know, commune the head. I would actually have more HP. I'm not going to do that right now. I also realized today that Primal Armor plus 5 has more HP than Death Warden. So if you're bonfiring and thermal bathing, you want to wear Primal Armor for sure instead of Death Warden Armor because you'll get more HP from the bonfire. So another setup that I think will be the best is Necromancy. And before I talk about that though, I really don't think melee or range will be that good, at least at first for learning the boss. Why? Well, melee, you won't be able to Zerk, otherwise you're probably going to instantly die because of how much damage you're going to be taking. So you probably don't want to take melee, especially at like 10,000 rage. Again, once we learn the mechanics of the boss, melee might be really good. Especially, again, melee might be really good actually at this boss. Why? I just teleported through the. What's it even called? Yeah, augmented consecrated Keris. This thing is very good at the Sanctum Rebirth itself for melee. But you know, again, not people melee at all. But this is also probably going to work at Amascut when fighting scarab creatures and followers of Amascut. Again, like, well, it says followers of Amascut. Is Amascut a follower of herself? Like, That's actually a little bit of a technical term, like read between the lines. It might not actually work at Amascut because she's not a follower of Amascut at all. She's Amascut. So this actually might not work at Amascut. I personally, based on that text, it shouldn't work at Amascut because she's not a follower of herself, you know? So yeah, range is also issue. Is that again the boss is probably gonna be small. Like it might be like Zemrigul's size, so like like 4 squares, maybe just one. Like she's not gonna be a big NPC. So Serengabo is probably gonna be really bad there. And range, you have to wear Draclich armor or you're like borderline trolling. And the problem with Draclich armor is that it doesn't have HP, so you might just die. You know, like it's range is just for damage. Like I don't think it's gonna be good on the release of the boss. Like you're better off learning it with stuff. Again, it might be good later on, but right now I just don't think with a knowing nothing, I don't think it's gonna be good at all. So again, Necromancy is a very similar setup to Magic. We have again obviously Aegis Aura, 4-piece Necromancer robes. You can see my perk here: Devoted Forward, Patient Forward, Invigorating Forward, Mobile. I have a Necromancer Deathborn top, Relentless 5, Crackling Forward, Biting Forward, Demon Star. Honestly, you can get rid of the Demon Star. It doesn't really matter what's there because you already have Mobile. I have Reaver Ring and a Grimoire. Just going for the crit damage to get as much damage as possible in case like like kill minions and such. I do have the Exekill. You could use this and but it's a little bit awkward with Necromancy because you would have to dismiss your conjures when you do this. So yeah, maybe not bring this. I'm kind of just putting the sword here just to be like, Necromancers can do it, but again, it might be a little bit awkward, you know, because you're gonna dismiss your conjures. So, but I'm just saying, like, it might be good to use, like, I'm just saying, okay. So maybe bring a Zux Sword too, even if you're using Necromancy. So it might be a good idea just like start the fight, have your conjures, and like you're like the third Zux Sword or second Zux Sword, you know. Preferably though, the people using the Zux Sword should be non-Necromancer users. And, the Restore, the Power Burst Vitality. You can see the runes in these rune pouches real quick. It's pretty much the same thing. I have blood runes because I didn't have my blood rune pouch. I should probably just put my blood rune pouch here, but I'm lazy. Uh, Jesus, not tackles. Ring of Death. This is just if you think you're gonna die or maybe for the finale, but like you won't probably know that until like you know the boss. You could maybe camp it, but then you rip your DPS, and if it procs, you're dead anyway. So yeah. Spirit Shield just said oh, she says something loud. Like again, pro tip for bossing guys: when a boss says something, be obliterated. The Soul Fire will cleanse you. Something is happening. Cast Debilitate. Cast Reflect. Cast something. Wear a Spirit Shield. That is one of the best tips I can give you at PVMing, okay? Like, even if you were doing Zamorak Brine and he says, this world will burn, if you cast or Debilitate or Reflect, and you put a Spirit Shield, even if you don't have melee Piran, you should not die. Especially with a Hellhound, especially with the Aegis Aura. Okay? 4 Blubberfish, Deathborn top to cast Turtling 4. Oh, actually, this Deathborn top is something I actually should have in my Magic preset, actually. I might go do that actually really quick, because Turtling 4 is pretty strong. It's debatable, though. Maybe you want the Turtling up more often. I don't know. It's debatable. I won't bother until I'd be like, oh, damn, I really need that increased barricade duration. Rank of Retribution can be good when you cast Reflect, and if Amascut does a lot of damage, this could be pretty solid as well. Excalibur and a bunch of brews, and honestly, you don't need the Luck of Dwarves actually, so I should get rid of that. And yeah, it's a Adrenaline Renewal with some Vuln Bombs. Yeah, we're not bringing a Luck of Dwarves because you shouldn't expect to kill the boss until until you start getting kills, then bring a Luck of Dwarves. Okay. It's not really it though. I think it pretty much is. Because I wrote some notes, and yeah, like the boss might be poisonable, but we don't know. Yeah. The one issue with Necromancy is my HP is pretty low. It's only 12,000. Though the thing is, though, is that you kind of want to keep 4-piece Necromancer robes on for 2 reasons. One, if you read the set effect, if you have 4 pieces, increase the duration of your conjure spirits by 5%, so they last 20% longer. your conjures lasting longer means you don't have to summon all again. You don't have to command your ghost again, and your skeleton keeps its damage more, which is more damage, obviously. Which again, damage isn't so important for getting like learning, but like the big part is you don't have to cast 2 abilities as often, so that could be 2 basic attacks to build 20%. So it's like this is saves 20% adrenaline essentially. And another huge part is that per piece of Necromancer Robe with the 2-piece effect, your Conjure Spirits do 7% more damage, so 24% more damage for 4-piece. And it's not so much the damage like the skeleton or anything, although it is a lot with a skeleton. Your ghost is gonna heal like what 250, 300 more HP, maybe 400 more HP. I think it's like 250-ish HP. So like it's kind of like tankiness in itself. Otherwise, you could wear something such as I don't have my legs perked properly, so please ignore the perks in my legs. Like I don't have like this is okay. It just lacks in devoted for right really. Yeah, like right now, like my HP is a lot better here. I have more dodge chance, so that's pretty good. Again, it's a little bit of a mess of a video. I do apologize, but another thing you might want to do actually. Oh, actually, you know, guys, we're actually gonna bring that bulwark, guys. We're actually bringing that bulwark. So we're doing this. I'm bringing that bulwark because it's not even for the barricade. It's also because of this perk here. Bulwark 4. It increases the duration of your debilitate by 24%, and that's pretty darn good. It's like an extra 3 or 4 seconds. And yeah, it doesn't do damage, but like you don't cast Debilitate for damage. I will say I rarely cast Debilitate. I usually only cast Reflect out Sanctum, but like if you don't know what's going on, you want to probably cycle through defenses at all times. Like always have a Debilitate on you, always have a Reflect on you. Maybe use Resonance and Preparation, you know. So I'll just say you're probably gonna want to cycle through abilities. Like you could maybe use Octo Armor, but again, like I just think the effect of taking less damage is pretty strong. If Amascut hits very like a lot, like Zamorak, where when Zamorak attacks, he does like 2 hit splats once you activate a certain edict, right? You might want to actually use Cryptbloom with Animate Dead because it'll reduce the damage. Like Cryptbloom's the thing you should keep an eye on because if she does magic and melee damage and not range damage, like she might do magic because she drops magic robes, and she might do melee because she's a cat and goes shing like with her claws. So if you use Cryptbloom might be very good because if it will reduce the damage by a total of 18% reduced magic damage and 12% reduced melee. And if you use it, if you want to be super sweaty and use urge spells like in between, yeah, you could even reduce that damage by an additional 6% and 4% respectively. And yeah, Death Spores can be really good in group scenarios too because again, just wow, that's a really bad description. It says Courageous Death Spores allow you to deal more damage to targets that are not facing you. It doesn't say how much more damage. I believe that is 10% more damage. So again, Cryptbloom can be very good for tanking because everyone else can damage the boss while it's focusing you. And obviously it has that 2-minute effect where you get a giant fungal shield. And it doesn't really say, again, it just says scales with your armor rating and stuff. That's a really bad description in my opinion. So yeah, keep an eye out for the Cryptbloom because again, it might be better in Masterwork, but I kind of doubt it. Like again, Masterwork, I don't think you're gonna want to cast Temporal Anomaly with magic. I will say because even in Sanctum, sometimes I forget to cast this and I kind of forget. It's not really that important. This is Temporal Anomaly is if you want to deal damage, and it's RNG. Like even the spreadsheet gamers, like aka the elitists, right? Don't even really use Temporal Anomaly. A lot of times when they're doing like I don't know, like high-end kills. Why? Well, it's spreadsheet gaming. So Temporal Anomaly isn't spreadsheet gaming. It's like, oh wow, my Omni Power reset. Oh, my Wild Magic reset. Oh, my Dragon Breath reset. You know, oh, my Tsunami reset. It's not something they would utilize. So like, or they don't utilize. So, but even then, guys, I'm not being toxic. Sorry. Uh, you're probably going to cast more defenses. Like if your Omni Power resets, it might not be good. Like you might want to camp the 100% adrenaline, but it'll probably be better just to cast Darkness. Again, 20% dodge chance with all these defensives is going to be very solid. That's a very tanky, okay? Same thing with Necromancy, you probably just want to cast Darkness. Besides that, yeah, again, the Pulverize tech is just really good. To give like a kind of an example, again, I don't have my Calgren Demon or anything. Like maybe you want a Calgren Demon, like maybe Magic can afford to bring a Calgren Demon for everyone else. Who knows? But if I attack, let's just pretend this is like Amascut. We're just building, and okay, she's just chilling. Oops, and I don't have my Insight Fear on, guys. But okay, she just said something. I used the Magic Prayer to reflect. I'm just attacking. Great. Oh, let's just do the fucking Pulverize now. It was really bad. I apologize. This is not what you're supposed to do. This is my sunshine. Guys, I fucked up, okay? This is why maybe I might need to practice rotation maybe later. Because I'm not used, my Insight Fear got DDoSed, okay? But you're probably going to cast that Pulverize sometime. Like, we're going to redo that. We're going to redo that a little bit. That was really bad, guys. Oh, man. I also tried to cast the Enfeeble. We're going to try to cast the Enfeeble on the boss, too. So, I mean, I hate this inventory as well now. It's annoying because I usually like my wand on the right, but you can't inventory bind, which is really annoying. So let's go back here. Come on. So let's do this. Let's cast Enfeeble too. We casted Enfeeble. It was great. Oh, we had the wrong thing on, which is, it's, guys, it's okay. It's okay, guys. Okay, we're just gonna cast Pulverize now, guys. Oh, and that just cancel it. Oh, we got it. Okay, this is great. This is great. Very sloppy, but you can kind of understand like what I'm trying to do. And she has Enfeeble plus Pulverize. I have Aegisaur. I have Darkness. I have a Hellhound. That is very good. Okay, so yeah, you're just gonna probably keep it. Oh, she says something. Oh, cast Reflect. Maybe again, like she's gonna be like 10,000 rage, guys. So to survive her mechanic, you're probably gonna need cast Reflect, Debilitate, and Vitality Pot, and just to learn the mechanic. The most important thing when you're learning a boss, guys, whether you're doing 0 in rage and you have no idea what you're doing, or 10,000 in rage and you have no idea what you're doing, you need to just live. If you live, like the mechanic happens, but you live, you can just be like, okay, well, what happened? What was the head spot? Especially if you're recording it or live streaming it, you can easily go back and see what happened. So, yeah, just saying. I actually really don't feel like casting Insight Fear, so I'm just gonna do something like this where I just like do this. Now we cast Tsunami, and yeah, I don't have an Adrenaline Pot right now, so that's kind of bad. Oh, she's saying something. Okay, we're just gonna Vitality Pot and Reflect, and there we go. And we're just gonna keep attacking. She's enfeebled. Oh, I'm sorry, guys. I'm leeching. I need to cast my Pulverize. Wow, it only costs 40% adrenaline effectively because you get back you get back that adrenaline after because it costs 60% adrenaline, but you have Ring of Vigor, and I'm not sure what else. How do I get the other adrenaline back when I cast the ultimate? Zuck Cape maybe? No, I don't think so. What am I get? Is it? What am I getting the adrenaline back from? Or maybe I crit. Did I crit there or something? Let me find out, guys. I'm just curious. I think I crit. So let's go back with the Zuck Sword. If I cast it. Yeah, it's only 40%. Why is that? It's the Ring of Vigor. I know this. It's crazy when I don't even know, like, what's even causing that. I don't know. It's something, guys. I don't know. Oh! Archelogy Perks, I forgot. Yeah, again, it's always the same shit, guys, so it's not like, oh my god, what's your Archelogy Perks? I forgot about this. Yeah, Death Ward is a must, Furious Small is a must, Constellation of Energy, these are great perks, okay? So, I guess that's pretty much it, guys. I might make a follow-up video if we, like, maybe learn more details, like, her size, but, like, probably not. I think this pretty much covers everything in a general plan. Again, you might want to change your strategy a little bit. Like, again, like, oh, she's poisonable? Okay, we're gonna need to bring the weapon poison. Is it worth bringing Cinderbanes? Probably not at first. Again, it's only worth it to take damage once you learn the boss. Yeah, some people will say, well, you need damage to phase the boss, but it's like, no, like that's the wrong mindset. That mindset doesn't work unless you're doing like from 0% rage like Zamorak or something. It doesn't work. Like if you approach the boss like Solak, like Raksha, and just camp like a defender with Masterwork armor and like cycle through Reflectability, you would get the first kill. But so just saying, like, don't get into the trap of, oh, DPS solves everything. Like, I have a good amount of DPS. Like, this isn't bad. Like what I'm wearing is essentially what I'm wearing, but better. Because I used to wear Tectonic armor before I had a crit chance, right? But I'm wearing Masterwork robes right now. You know, it does have crit chance, but it has the more damage. It has a ton of HP. It has the delayed damage by 50% is insane, and yeah, it's like I have plenty of damage. It's just like yes, Tectonic is more, but I'm just gonna die. So yeah, I hope you guys have fun. Again, I hope you guys spread the word more because one thing that really bothers me with learners, and I actually like teaching people, but I get bothered when the ego or maybe the peer pressure. I think it's mostly the peer pressure or maybe the lack of knowledge of from like other players. Like they don't say to bring a Hellhound if you're learning. They don't say to bring an Aegis Aura if you're learning. Like they don't say to bring a like whenever you see magic, just bring Masterwork top again. Like one that like even if you don't want to be like that skimpy and you know the boss kind of, just wear a 3-piece Masterwork. Like look at my HP, 13,000 HP. That's not bad. It's like at least wear that. You know, I just don't like these people who PVM and like they go oh max DPS like Vorago. Like again, Vorago is not a hard boss, guys. Like if you want to practice PVMing before Amascut, go do some solo Vorago. Use this setup. Like obviously, I mean, you don't need a Zux sword and stuff. But like, I made a Vorago guide. Just use a set where you have like Death Warren top, Aegis Aura, Fever Rain Grimoire, Lord of Bones. You'll have no problem doing the boss with a Hellhound. You have no problem. The boss like literally cannot kill you. It doesn't do enough damage. And again, like you can enfeeble Vorago, but imagine if well, I think you can in last phase, but enfeeble and Zux sword like it's bosses are as easy as you make it. Okay, so I'm gonna try to end the video now, guys. I apologize. I need to like I don't know. I need to be brighter storms. So hope you liked the video. Maybe tell me what you think. Maybe if you know maybe tell be like oh it's good advice. You know yeah. Um yeah. Besides that, guys, you might want to buy like at least one shard, especially if you use Necromancy. I would probably buy a shard now or go get a shard yourself because if the new tier 95 weapons are really good, you are gonna definitely want to use it as a necromancer. And I bought some concealing supplies too. As you see, I bought Blackstone arrows, a bunch of more pages, Ring of Retributions. I bought some runes. Bro, flash runes were 1k each, bro. They used to be like 500. I bought some brews. You can see everything I bought. So yeah, be sure to stock up on the PVM supplies now while you can. And yeah, that's it. Okay, now that's it. Okay, bye. Tell me what you think about the video. Uh, you know, maybe follow me on Twitch. You know, I'll do the boss probably on Twitch, guys. You know, maybe. Yeah, the thing is, though, I don't think I'm gonna get the first kill, guys, because I just don't have I don't have 5 of me. I don't have me and 4 clones of me. Okay, I just don't have it. Okay, but I will probably do like you know I'm planning on going with people like I've just met on like that watch my Twitch like literally, but they can do hard mode Sanctum Soul like it's good enough, bro. Like fuck it, let's just do that 100% rage, 500% rage Amascut. So yeah, that's it. I keep on saying that's it, but for real, this is it. Okay, bye.